You know what's crazy? People are always in my business, worried about what I'm doing, what Floyd is doing, what Floyd ain't doing, what I do got, what I don't got.
Something that you didn't appear interested in doing. And as a result, they didn't appear interested in helping you along because you didn't seem receptive.
Why has it always come to money?
Why not? I mean, everything you got on costs money. Everything you do costs money. You can't take your wife on a date for free.
Floyd Mayweather has exploded at Stephen A. Smith during a live interview, slamming bankruptcy rumors. He said people constantly focus on his life, what he's doing or not doing, while he never interferes in theirs. They should mind their own business, Floyd declared, shutting down the criticism with trademark confidence and fire.
Just know, I'm gonna stay in my lane, I ain't gonna fuck with nobody, and I don't want nobody fuck with me. If I go on vacation, my fault. When I go on vacation, for 30 days, I take 30 watches with me. But you know what? You know what? What's crazy is this. If we add 10 more days, I take 10 more watches.
Floyd Mayweather recently addressed swirling rumors concerning a $402 million real estate investment that many speculated had bankrupted him. He asserted that he was the sole investor in 62 buildings, claiming he spent his own fortune without any external financial assistance. "I used my own money, and no one else is in on this," Mayweather clarified. Yet conflicting reports say otherwise, suggesting he may only own a stake rather than full ownership. Property records reportedly contradict his narrative, raising suspicions that he might have been deceived or is not revealing the full truth.
Yes, Floyd Mayweather has reportedly acquired 62 buildings in Upper Manhattan, spending approximately $402 million. This substantial investment was made through his real estate firm, Vada Properties, and is intended to expand his portfolio in New York City real estate market. Mayweather has expressed that this purchase holds significant personal meaning, reflecting his humble beginnings and desire to provide affordable housing options. He stated, "Growing up, I used to dream about owning just one home by myself. When you work hard, you can achieve anything. However, it's important to note that while Mayweather has announced this acquisition, some reports suggest that property records do not yet confirm a transfer of ownership. Experts speculate that he may have acquired a minority stake with options for future expansion rather than full ownership of all 62 buildings outright. In summary, Floyd Mayweather has publicly claimed to purchase 62 buildings in Upper Manhattan for $402 million, aiming to enhance affordable housing in the area. While these claims have been widely reported, the exact details and confirmation of ownership are still subject to verification. So even ChatGPT is saying, like, that's not official. Whether Mayweather is saying it or not, ChatGPT is saying it's not official. That deal has not gone through.
To reinforce his claims, Floyd paid a visit to the very buildings he insists are under his full ownership. Touring each of the 62 apartment complexes, he emphasized again and again that no partner is involved. This public display appeared to be his way of silencing critics and proving that the investment was both real and entirely his. Still, skeptics question whether this tour was more about image than evidence.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm pointing like this because all of them, we're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on. All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
Stephen A. Smith criticized Floyd Mayweather's exhibition fights, claiming Floyd focuses only on making money and ignores his boxing legacy, diminishing the greatness he once represented in the sport.
Paul, I just see some of these things, and this is just my personal feeling. When you're that great and you're that elite, no one deserves, not just anyone deserves to be in the ring with you, even if you are retired, even if it is for exhibition purposes. This is not a movie. This is not Rocky III, where Rocky is going against Thunderbolt, who that was his name, or Hulk Hogan, okay? This is not that.
Mayweather is infamous for flaunting his wealth, From high-end luxury cars to expensive designer clothes, his lifestyle has always been extravagant and unapologetically loud. He regularly showcases his riches on social media, earning both admiration and criticism.
We got options, options, options. I got about 100 cars, but right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari, 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 Lambo, Maybach, a Maybach, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the McLaren, the original McLaren. Bentley, Rolls, 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 Rolls. The Maybach truck or Maybach truck, whatever you want to call it.
Despite his immense success, Floyd's name is never far from controversy. Legal issues have hounded him for years, including jail time and ongoing run-ins with the law. What troubles many is his apparent unwillingness to change behavior that could continue leading him into legal danger. Mayweather's legacy is increasingly marred by incidents involving financial dishonesty. There have been repeated allegations of him cheating associates or failing to pay taxes on time. In one particularly shocking case, reports claimed he was detained in Dubai over unpaid luxury jewelry.
Well, it turns out that the rumors were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp, while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai, stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.
Adding fuel to the fire are Mayweather's alleged connections to fraudulent cryptocurrency promotions. He reportedly accepted millions to endorse digital currencies that later turned out to be worthless. While promoting new ventures isn't inherently wrong, many argue that using fame to push poorly planned or even deceptive schemes reflects a reckless disregard for fans and investors who trust his name.
You won't believe this. Floyd Mayweather is back in the NFT space to launch his metaverse called Mayweverse. There will be 5,000 NFTs with different utility, rarity levels, and rewards, but this NFT project is after a series of NFT and crypto scams he's started and promoted throughout the years. Some abandoned projects are Centra ICO, Ethereum Max, Floyd NFT, Bored Bunny, scamming his supporters for over more than $5 million. What do you think? Follow for more NFT news.
In a telling interview, rapper 50 Cent revealed that Floyd owed him a large sum of money, amounting to millions, which he had not repaid. This bombshell added a personal dimension to the ongoing narrative of Floyd's financial irresponsibility.
Pain that goes on where, you know, it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying the new Lamborghini and all these new things, and I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you had already invested.
Yeah. Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardlessly. Right. You know, so I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he going to say he wants to, you know, to give me the other half of it? Why I got to ask you for it?
Right.
And then when he.
Are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point, it was, you know, invested in.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up the actual the situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell y'all to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
Oh man.
And I'm looking at him, and he looked in my face and he didn't tell me to do that.
YouTube personality and boxer Logan Paul has also accused Mayweather of withholding his rightful earnings from their exhibition match. Despite Mayweather reportedly receiving his own payment in full, he allegedly failed to distribute Logan's share.
That's the case that Showtime, as the digital partner, just paid Floyd, and that Mayweather Promotions' responsibility was to pay Logan, and they didn't. You guys know I'm not a big fan of the Pauls, but this is some scumbaggery at the highest level. Like, Floyd is just holding Logan's money, probably going to not pay him until a court orders him to, which makes me think we're going to fucking lawsuit land. Logan's going to sue him. 100% he's going to. It's all going to depend on what was in that contract, that 14-page document that Logan signed on camera, by the way. Either two things happen. One, Logan and his team completely fucking fumbled whatever contract that was in their hands and didn't read through it thoroughly. It wasn't just robbing people like us of our money to watch them go at it. It was also robbing Logan, saying you to everyone and taking 100 mil to the bank. Or the second option, which is probably the most likely scenario that we're having here.
Facing growing criticism, Floyd opened up about his relationship with money. He argued that being vocal about wealth doesn't make him immoral. Instead, he views money as a means to create freedom and opportunities in life. This mindset, he said, has allowed him to chase dreams that many wouldn't dare attempt. It's this financial philosophy that drives many of his risky and unconventional investments.
Floyd, you seem really comfortable talking about money. A lot of people in the UK are not. So what are your beliefs around money?
Just because I talk about money doesn't make me a bad person. I mean, I like to have the finer things in life. Money don't make me, I make money. I like to feed my family. You know, we can't feed our family just saying I love you. You know, money is able to put us in a position so we can have the finer things in life. So we are able to travel over to the UK and experience and do different things. We're able to travel to Dubai and other countries and have fun and live life and experience different things. So when you're able to make a lot of money, you're able to do those certain things. And for those people that don't have any money, because life is all about having different experiences. And with me being able to make a lot of money, I'm able to bring my team as well as my family around the world so they can experience different things.
Something you said earlier, Floyd, it really fascinated me. And it gave me an insight that you really learned about money. Is you said in real estate, you got to know what to do on a small scale first.
Yes.
And then you went big. And is that because you don't want to take massive risk because you want to be smart with your money?
Well, like you don't go out there and work extremely hard for so many years and then take every dime you got and just put it into something that you don't know about.
Well, a lot of people do, don't they? I mean,
and majority of the time you get bad results. 90% of the time you get bad results.
His purchase of 62 apartment buildings was supposed to be a genius business move, but now it's at the center of bankruptcy rumors. Some believe Mayweather overreached, while others say he was possibly duped by misleading partners. Unlike most athletes, Floyd never hired a manager to handle his financial affairs. He personally negotiated every deal and contract, which gave him total control over his empire. When successful, it brought him enormous profit, but when poor decisions occurred, he had no one else to blame.
I think with Floyd, he's never had a manager as well, right? He's always negotiated his own deals. Is that what kind of led to his wealth? He didn't have to cut a
It's not that he ain't got a manager, but he has got a manager. So he's can't remember his name now. So he's got a man, an elderly fella that's always with him, and but he does everything goes through him. Everything. Floyd ain't very clever, believe me. But training wise, the man's a genius, and it's hard work, dedication. Don't matter how good you are. I mean, I am world class as an athlete, but I never trained like the top boys. I just thought, don't worry, because I love a row, I love the fighting. Let's just turn up.
Yeah.
I mean, but after 3-4 rounds, if I ain't knocked you out, got sting coming at my ass.
Floyd's entrepreneurial spirit began with a gamble. He bet $750,000 on himself in a fight. It was a risky but rewarding decision that marked his entry into business as much as boxing. From that point, he charted his own financial destiny. In a tense exchange, boxing trainer Bill Haney accused Floyd of caring more about money than legacy. "All you ever talk about is money," he charged, calling Floyd's priorities into question. This moment symbolized how Mayweather's persona has evolved from that of a beloved champion to a money-obsessed figure whose true goals remain unclear.
For that though, that's because you're a rotten. You always talking about some money and shit. That's what I'm saying is you can't.
I'm not talking, Bill. We not even on here talking about no money, Bill. Bill, we not even on here talking about no money. This ain't even about no money. This
you
about
brought
me
the money up.
Haney went further, suggesting Mayweather sacrifice the quality of his fights for higher paychecks. He contrasted this approach with his own, emphasizing fan satisfaction over earnings. Mayweather's transformation into a brand, rather than just a fighter, has fueled criticism that he now values profit above performance.
You say Bank doesn't want any of it. Why is that? I know you can't give him...
Man, get off of Twitter, man, and knock it off, man. If you the face of boxing, then send over something, man. You know what I'm saying? Something respectful like you're really trying to do. Because every fighter that Devin gets paid, man, the most money, man. Knock it off, man. That's bunk business, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we don't need you. Let the welfare feed you for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. Because that's where you're going to be at the welfare line. You keep on the people, giving them the fake fights, talking about that we didn't charge $57. Listen, we're going to give you the best fights, and we're going to get all the people in there, you know what I'm saying, because that's what we do. And we pay the fighters. We give the fans an opportunity to come in. That's that old business model that you're going to charge the fans for some fights and that you the face of boxing because you just keep shoving it down their throat, man. The Mayweather era, that's over with, man. It's the Devin Haney era. That Mayweather is over with, man. You hear me? Over with. Floyd ain't never did what Devin did at 25. Tank ain't did it, nobody else ain't did it.
Mayweather has claimed he once earned $350 million in a single night, a staggering figure. But former MMA fighter Chael Sonnen disputes that claim, arguing the real number is closer to $60 million. This difference raises concerns about how much of Mayweather's image is built on exaggeration and myth-making, rather than cold, hard facts.
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What do you do with all this money?
And, you know, cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
Mayweather himself has often said his primary objective is making money, not becoming the greatest boxer. His famous line, "Nothing in this world is for free," reflects that belief. While it's a valid philosophy, it's also one that has overshadowed his boxing accomplishments with a cloud of greed and opportunism.
Floyd Mayweather, after the Aaron Chambers fight, went to Monaco and put 11 million on black. 50 million on black.
Everyone earns their own money. You do what you want with your money. Right?
Yeah.
But to an extent, I don't respect it because you're someone that's in such a seat of influence. Especially when we were younger, we used to
look up to Floyd.
And what's he teaching the guys coming up? Spunk your money on
the casino,
dumb
shit.
Work so hard to get it, and then throw it away in the casino. Like, come on, man.
That's the thing. It's like that lifestyle. Floyd is not. Why do you think he keeps coming back doing exhibitions and that, bro?
Sure.
Probably, I don't think Floyd. Don't get me wrong.
I think his level of broke is our level of rich.
According to Floyd, his financial pursuits aren't just for personal gain. They're about building generational wealth. He often speaks of securing a future for his children and their children. Though admirable, this long-term goal has prompted critics to argue that it may be consuming his life to the point of missing out on other meaningful experiences.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all four of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. I told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
Even in retirement, Floyd has found ways to keep the cash flowing. Exhibition matches, especially with non-boxers like Logan Paul, have proven highly profitable. However, critics say these fights lack legitimacy and hurt his reputation as a serious athlete, reducing him to a businessman staging spectacles for a paycheck.
It was crazy that everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game, I said, okay. I said, you know, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million. But I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100 million?
In closing, Chael Sonnen presents a sobering angle. Mayweather's issue isn't about income, It's about expenditure. He suggests that Floyd has likely burned through his wealth and now relies on exhibition matches to fund his extravagant lifestyle. If true, this casts a long shadow over Mayweather's claims of financial security and mastery.
No, Floyd's not going to do MMA, but he is going to box again. He's enjoying this attention. It's been very smart what he did. I think it surprised him. I think he was just going out to have a little bit of fun. I don't think he realized he could get 4 and 5 weeks of headlines out of this, but he does need to box again, for sure. I mean, you call it breaking news, but I will tell you unequivocally right now, Floyd Mayweather does and is planning to box one more time.
And the motivation behind getting into a ring again to box when he said he's retired, why? Why do it?
Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion. Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao, $300 million for McGregor. That might be true, but that money does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so Mike Tyson, he did real well too. Evander Holyfield, again, it's not what you made. And don't forget, boxing and MMA math, whatever that number is, you get 30% of. So 30% of $1 billion, he still did really well, but not when you're spending money like that. I mean, that's just the way it works. We've seen a progression of these guys, one after the next, that all end up the same way. And that's broke, and they're just not smart with their money. And, I mean, that's all it comes down to. I'm not even trying to bag on Floyd. Look, he's just not a very bright guy. He's surrounded with even less bright guys. This is the way it works when you're a boxer and you go spend that kind of money. If you ever buy things that cost money to own, you're going to be broke.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.